Does your foot feel like you're stepping on a... Oh my god. Hello, and thank you for joining me here today. I'm going to be talking about what a Morton's Neuroma is, how I got it, how I fixed it, and how long it actually took for me to heal. I originally found out I had a Morton's Neuroma after having some awful pain in my foot and feeling like there was a ball between some of the toes. And I thought, oh, I better get this checked out. So I went to a podiatrist, a foot specialist, or foot doctor, I should say, and they checked out my foot. And after further examination, we found out that I had a Morton's Neuroma. And I was offered basically one of three things. I can let it go and see if it heals. Number two, I can get surgery done and cut it out. And number three, I can get some injections done for it to help relieve some of the pain. So I decided to take the first option, and that was to get creative and try to resolve it on my own hands now that I knew that what I was dealing with. So what is a Morton's Neuroma? Well, let's take a look. Morton's Neuroma is a painful condition that affects the ball of your foot, most commonly the area between your third and fourth toe. Morton's Neuroma involves the thickening of the tissue around one of the nerves leading to your toes. This can cause a sharp burning pain in the ball of your foot. Basically, my podiatrist told me that the nerve is trying to protect itself and send you a signal that there is something going very wrong in your foot, that your toes are being compressed in some form, and this is pushing on the nerve, and the nerve is trying to protect itself from being damaged, and you get some swelling in the region, and it feels like a little ball down there, and it is very painful to deal with, especially if you're working a job where you're standing like I was doing. The solution? Well, number one, I decided to pick up wider shoes because the shoes that I had were constricting my feet and clearly did not fit me well. Now, I didn't even realize this, but we're not all that bright. So I got a wider shoe. This one fits me well. It's nice and wide, and it fits my foot properly. You don't want to be wearing a shoe that's too tight for your foot because this can constrict things, and that is not good. And that's part of the reason that I ended up with my foot condition. Number two, I started wearing those shoes on a regular basis. I got rid of the old ones. I quit wearing them. And when I got home from activities that I was doing, such as work, I would take those shoes off and try to let my feet just be relieved from being inside of a shoe. In fact, just recently I found out about the Vibram Shoes, which is a pretty wide foot shoe that actually separates all the toes out, which is kind of nice. They're a little bit more expensive, and if you're dealing with flat feet, it may not be for you, but this is something that you may want to consider trying. If you can't afford it, doing something like a wider shoe is a good option, and I do recommend it. Number three, you see this little guy right here? This is a toe separator. They cost about $1 at Walgreens. I picked up about 3 or 4 of these, super cheap, and I actually trimmed off the bottoms, and I made it so that it would fit my foot properly, and I'll show you down here what that looks like. Here we are with my foot, and for good measure, you can see it compared to this banana here. Very, very key in my healing process. What you end up doing is you take this, and you're going to separate the toes just like so. And I cut off some of the bottom so it was more comfortable if I needed to walk around with it. But yeah, this thing can be pretty painful if you have it in for too long, so just be aware of that. You will get more used to it as you wear it more often, at least that's what I experienced. But as you can see there, now we've got the toes separated, which is good. And right over here was where I had my neuroma. Obviously it's not there anymore. It's actually been gone for nearly 1.5 years. I just haven't made an update video on this for so long. So sorry that you have to be looking at my foot, but hopefully this helps you out. Number 4, I would wear this as much as I could, and this gave me the most relief out of everything I was doing. The toe separators were super important for taking the pressure off that nerve. So what I did was I would wear these at night. I would wear it in my shoe. I would cut it so it would fit in my shoe. I could probably only stand it for maybe an hour while I was standing, but I would try to wear it while I was standing. And when I would get home or I'd be laying down, I would put this on and let it do its magic. And I did it for both of my feet actually, because I figured, well, if one foot's doing it, the other might start doing it, and I sure don't need two of these things giving me a bad time. So, on to the next one. Number 5, wearing this at night. Super important, very uncomfortable when you wake up, but that's okay. I didn't do it every night, but I did it as much as I could. Number 6, Tei-fu lotion. I would use this stuff all the time. It's great for pain relief because it has anti-inflammatory properties, and things like wintergreen help shut off those pain receptors and reduce some of the inflammation. So I would massage my foot with this probably once or twice a day, which was super important, and it helped me relieve a lot of the pain. Just like so, put it in my hand, and what I will do is I'll massage the foot just like this on both sides. And I'll do this for about 5 minutes. I do this in the morning and I do it in the evening. Well, I don't do it anymore, but this is what I did do when I was working on healing the foot. Just like that. And those are the 2 motions that I do. And hopefully, if you're dealing with this or someone you know is dealing with this, this will help you tremendously with some of the pain relief. Now, you may not have to use this specifically, but this is what I did for helping get that pain relief done. And my podiatrist told me that massaging the foot is actually something really good that could help out relieve the pain from this issue. And last but not least, number 7. I was working a job where I was standing all day long, and I would do this day after day, and this would just compress my foot and I would be in pain. And at one point I just had enough. I had to tell my management, I said, look, I really need some assistance. I need to sit down. And thankfully they heard my voice, which I wasn't expecting, but they did, and I was able to use a chair for most of my shift at work. This really helped me out. So if you're working at a job where you're standing all the time, it's something you may want to consider, because dealing with this painful condition is difficult to heal. It's not easy to heal, and it actually took me 5 whole months before I got over this problem. That's right, I massaged my foot every single day. I put those toe separators in every single day, but eventually my hard work paid off. And if you're dealing with an issue like this, I hope it would work well for you too. Short, sweet, and to the point. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. Please do me a favor and leave a like down below. Comment, subscribe. I want to hear about your story. Is this something you're dealing with? Is this something someone you know is dealing with? It helps out the community if you can share your voice in the comment section down below. And by subscribing to the channel, you can drive more people here and help them out too if they're looking to do that. So until the next video comes out, check out the rest of the videos on my channel. I've got some good, healthy content on there, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.